Welcome back to the Childish Grown Up Show. We are the Childish Grown Ups, and you must be a childish grown up too. Shout out to the Stoop Kids. I'm the world class Maurice Hunt III. Y'all can call me Mochaccino, as many do at this point. I'm not alone. I'm here with Mia Beezy, Ash Bash, getting cash. How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited to record.
Same. Feeling well rested after my Mother's Day weekend,
Uh,
which y'all never hear me say, but I am.
boy, exactly.
Excited to get into this episode and this nostalgia.
Yeah. Brief, real quick. How was your Mother's Day? Was it mothering?
Well, it was my husband's birthday as well. And then, of course, I'm a mother, then my mother. So enjoyed myself with all the activities that went on over the weekend. Had a good dinner on Mother's Day and good, Anthony made me a homemade card and he wrote some things in there. So that was nice. So yeah, and then hung out with my mom and we had a good time. So
Hmm.
a lot going on this weekend, but it was a good time.
Okay. What about you, Mia?
Oh, yeah. So I did exactly what I wanted to do, which was not be bothered with my kids. Um,
Amen.
I went to brunch with Mama C and my big sissy, who's always leaving us a nice comment.
How old is your big sister?
She is 40. She'll be 40
40.
in.
Okay.
Okay, because I seen a picture. I was like, I'd say I know they're related, but I didn't know. I didn't know, and I was like, oh, so now you're saying? I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Wait, she might have just turned 40. Don't get me to lying
Uh oh.
because Candace, please. I
Oh,
know
that was Candace, the one to be.
yeah,
I know I be
yeah,
getting on her
because
last,
I
boy.
can't remember if she just turned 40 or if she about to be 40. But I
I
love you,
I know
sissy.
I be on I be on her last nerve. I love what she be like getting at me.
No, she just turned because she just turned 40.
Okay.
She did.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, we went to brunch
Mm-hmm.
and then I came home and did absolutely nothing. I laid in the bed and watched movies
Hey.
and just completely like just turned it all off so that I could just relax.
Okay.
As you should.
As you should. Well, shout out to y'all. Shout out to my wife as well. Shout out to all the mothers, man. Where would we be without mothers? You know what I mean? What would you do if your son was at home crying all over? All right, I gotta. That's 2 weeks in a row. I gotta let it go. I gotta let that song. I don't know why
You
it
know, it
keeps
was
coming
coming.
back. I don't know why. But we are here, man. Again, welcome to our show. Y'all know what we do here. We keep it nostalgic at all times, giving you an escape away from the real world, especially in times like these, where y'all can laugh at one another. Y'all can laugh with us or laugh at us. Either way it goes, enjoy yourself and take your shoes off and chill in this episode with us. So, uh, we are about to get ready for the Stoop Kid selection this week. So y'all start submitting those now. The Childish Grown Ups 3 at gmail.com or the Childish Grown Up Show, no spaces, on Instagram. I will also put a post there. I'll put a post on here too for those that are YouTube watchers. So y'all start sending those movies in. We're still keeping it with, in the motherly realm, in a sense, motherlies. But if you can't find, which I found this a little more challenging than I thought, if you can't find a movie focused around moms or mothers or strong mom lead, at least give us a strong female lead film. You know what I mean? So, but I'll put that out there as we go forward. Now, we do got a couple of comments from the Stoop Kids. Uh, speaking of family, so Mrs. Davis 718. She says Mo's male Taurus energy was shining bright this episode. Most times, after a female has been through some things in a relationship, looks don't matter as much as stability. And being beautiful and having book smarts has absolutely nothing to do with the choices you make in relationships, especially depending on your background and past traumas. But this was another great episode.
That's my big
She
sissy.
coaching me up real quick, educating the brother over here.
Because her son is also a Taurus. So
Hmm.
she's like, I just feel the Taurus energy coming from Mo every time.
Oh man, hey, you know what's so funny? It's like that. It's like she puts it in such a nice way. It's like I can read through it. It's like this nigga. What? Oh, what is he talking about? I can read through it. Mo's male Taurus energy was shining bright. She's good. She's a
She,
is she in the corporate world?
she keep it real cute, don't she?
Oh yeah, because I was like, I know what that is, but I like that. It's kind of like a Martin and Pam relationship right here. I dig this.
Martin and Pam is crazy.
Hey man, you know. And then Peru mommy, I feel like she followed us on another page too, but you know her though, don't you? Y'all
Yeah,
friends?
that's
Yeah. Okay. Cause I knew it was connected within like you, Rich, something. Like, I've seen her before, but she says having a baby in Walmart was crazy. Yeah, facts. That is crazy, but it makes for a great premise for a film. We got one more, and we got it from my man's Brian. Remember, we wrote to him. I mean, he's told us he's a truck driver. And we'd be getting him through those trips, and we told him like, hey man, you know, check us out, this and that, yada yada. He writes me in pretty often too, so he did DM us, and he says this. Shout out to Ash Bash for suggesting that I listen to the show to get to know you guys. I'm actually a fan of Good Earners, Another Week in the Books. The first 100 episodes are the best podcasting I've ever heard in the Black community so far. He said that too. Like it's crazy. He said that. Like I was like, bro, you gotta check out the other. They do it. He's like, I appreciate it though, but like those first, you know. So shout out to that. I appreciate that. That was me and Spike's era, book one. And then he says, and no more half measures. I even chat with Mia here and there to get her take on movies and shows. But out of respect for Ash's husband, I stay out of her DMs. Laughing emoji. Hey man, who says black men don't practice restraint? Huh?
Hey man, that's hilarious.
He keeps it very cute, very professional
Yeah.
when he comes to me about movies. It's very much
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I don't know who this young lady is. She sends me stuff on the regular. We literally, I don't even know her, but we always just send this nostalgic stuff, laughing, and it's always just mad respect, no weird vibes or nothing like that. So it's good to be able to have community with people, even if it's the opposite sex, and it's all respect. So I appreciate that. He says I also took Mo's suggestion and watched Stepmom. So he actually did it. So I think he's gonna really enjoy this while he's hearing this. So he says, great movie. I have thoughts, but I can't wait to hear y'all's take on it. P.S. As soon as I go back to Apple, I will leave a review. I don't know why I went back to Android. And he says, tried to keep it short, LOL. And that's a little good earner humor that people just would never let me live down because I didn't read. I cut off an email because it was too long. Anyway, my Taurus energy was shining at that moment too.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. So, hey man, shout out to Brian, man, and I forgot that he's been supporting this long, man. Wow, bro. Sheesh. So yeah, well now
he's like Public Enemy, then, right? He's been supporting you for a long time.
Yeah, just like Public Enemy. Yeah, like
yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to the people that cross platforms to support.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I love that. Like that is beautiful. So he rock with us. He's getting to know you ladies. I guess he already knows me since he heard the other episodes. So he already know me and stuff. So shout out to you, Brian, man. Keep writing in, man. Hey, be one of gotta be one of those top stoop kids, man. Hey, you try and get Mama C a run for her money out here, man. He about to start. Hey, Mama C about to be back next week. Like, huh? You say what? Like, yeah. All right. So, but nah, thank y'all. Shout out to all the stoop kids for writing in. Appreciate y'all, man. Love it. Let's keep building this community. And again, for those that are new, welcome to the Childish Grown Up Show. Speaking of that, let's get into our Childish Grown Up moments. Ash, you got one for us?
A small one, not too much. As I mentioned, it was my husband's birthday this weekend, so it's Saturday for a little bit. I usually be on the chill vibes, but we went to dinner, and then we went to a place to shoot some pool, and they had like dance floor music, stuff like that. It was just good vibes. And so it was more grownish than childish, but it was childish because of how late I was outside. You know, I got home, it was almost like 2 in the morning, and I haven't been out that late in a very long time with my big age now. But I had so much fun. Like I really, it gave me nostalgia, just like how you used to just stay up late, just being outside, hanging with people. Like I don't want to go home. My son is taken care of, so everything is good with that. So that makes you feel even more like loose. Like, oh man, had me a drink and everything. You know, they was playing some of the old school songs like Cha Cha Slide, Wobble, Cupid Shuffle, all that. They was playing all that. It was a nice little mixed crowd. Everybody was cool, nothing going on, but just being outside that late, especially for me, my brother knows me. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
absolutely.
go outside too crazy.
No.
And I was looking cute, you know, for Hub's birthday. It was just, you know, it was great vibes.
Okay, girl.
It was a good night.
It was a good night. All right, man. Shout out my brother-in-law T, man. That's dope. Now I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, go being out at 2 at this age is definitely different.
That's a
For
lot.
sure. Like, but
That's saying a
no,
lot.
exactly. Mia, what about you?
Oh man. It was hard for me to pull because I'm like, I don't know if this is really that childish, but I met my bestie at the movies Friday night. Like it was just a very impromptu. Like I was having somewhat of a rough day. I was like, I'm gonna just go to the movies. And if you've been watching us for a while, you've seen my bestie Juice. Um, and so, he just was like, like, do you need anything? I was like, come to the movies with me. So we went to see Hokum, and we never get to hang out because we're both parents and like busy opposite schedules. So it was like our first time hanging in a really long time. So we went to see a scary movie together, and
The newest one?
it felt like, yeah, that new scary movie that
Oh,
just
it's out. I didn't even know. Okay.
hmm
All right.
and like we just sat in there kind of cracking jokes on the movie the whole time. And it just felt like being teenagers again. Like we had that teenage energy, just like laughing at the scary movie and like making little quips at it. And like even when it was over, we literally looked at each other and said the exact same thing in unison. Like, and it was just fun. It just was like that inner child.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean it's different like versus like, normally taking your kids to the theater. So it's like so different. Like you get to just be in that full wow. Y'all been friends since teenagers?
Since seventh grade.
Wow, yeah, that is fire. That's fire right
Mm,
there.
That's my day one.
Hey man,
yeah.
straight up. Well, for me, I was on Instagram as many of us are, like always, and I got on a run because I ain't really on there like that. I'm kind of in there. I can, unless I'm in the bathroom, but like I'm kind of in there, maybe, in between a commercial or something out of there. Kind of went on a run. Everybody was kind of doing their thing in the house. So I kind of went on a run on the Childish Grown Up page, which I was one of my favorite one to go to because it's already catered to nothing but nostalgia. I would advise anybody make multiple profiles for your likes because you can get your algorithm right. Anyway, I'm going through, and then there's this video that comes up, and the caption was something along the lines of when you know you're next to get a whooping. And they had the sound effects. Somebody, man, listen. First off, I fell out laughing, crying because it's so hilarious. For one, for two, it triggered me in a memory sense, not in like a trauma sense, but in a memory sense of I had to call Ash, bro. Like I had to call Ash, like I said, because the dude started getting dressed while it was happening because he knew he was about to get his butt whooped. He's trying to cover up. I said, man, listen. I said, I'll remember my mom's foot pattern. Like you could hear the steps on the carpet. Like when she's really mad, you could tell how mad she is by hearing the steps. I remember hearing the dresser open and had the little loose handles on them, the little metal handles. I could hear that. You could hear everything coming out of there. And then like I remember like she get a phone call and break up the might break up the momentum a little bit. Like, yeah, hello, yeah. I'm like, yes, yes. You're still sitting in the room, and just the fact you're sitting in the room with anticipation, knowing that you are about to get destroyed, you are about to get fatalityed. Like, it hit me. So I said, bro, it feels like a foreign concept now. It's like a whole different world. And we would sit there and like, just like I said, it was me. Most times, it was me and my brother. My sister was like light count, but me and my brother, like, and just knowing, like, get out the room. He getting his whooping first. Or who want to go first? You used to think you want to go second until you realize, hey, I want to go first. Get me out the way, and just sitting there on the anticipation, hearing the whips, hearing the strength, hearing the cry. That is a horror movie, bro. Like, hey, anybody listening that if you got your butt whooped, you had the type of parent like ain't playing around, single mom type, whatever. Listen, that was nothing was worse than a whooping. All right, like let me tell you that we didn't care about nothing. Punishment, okay, cool. At least I had to get a whooping. Like that was what. Like this era is different, but then only thing that was even remotely close, and it's still really, and that's only when we got older, was like not being able to go outside. Like you can't go outside, and it seemed like they had the best time. But the whooping, oh my gosh, bro! Like the ride home, knowing when you get home, go in your room. Oh my Jesus, I'm getting scared again thinking about it. Like, bro. So anyway, man.
Well, you know who the bad one was, clearly.
You say what?
So y'all know who the bad one was, clearly.
Mo, I could tell.
I was second. I was second, but
it wasn't me.
It definitely wasn't you.
Out of you two, we know it was Mo.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's a given. Like my brother was like two of me. But it was like two of me as far if you were talking about getting in trouble. Like he was up there, his count was up there. Like, and it was like it was both of us for a while. Then he started getting past me by far. Like, so
I'm gonna have to ask y'all what his sign is.
Aries.
Oh, that makes it. That don't say less. Say more.
Oh,
that's all I need to know.
That's all I need.
That's all I needed. I got it.
That's hilarious.
No more.
Look, you and your sister got thoughts now.
That's all I have to say.
Hey, so man,
my sister was actually the one who got more whoopings than me. I was, but she was a lot older than me.
Yeah.
But like she, I was little.
Yeah.
And she would get more whoopings. I used to cry when she would get whoopings.
Yeah. Yes.
I have to stop crying because what you crying for? Nothing.
Right. Which is crazy. Like that's how. Hey, listen. I'll tell this, and I don't know if I told her, but Ash, you already know what to tell. We knew we were about to get destroyed. We, me and you, all three of us getting whooping today. Like this is a rarity. Like it's the whooping party. Because my sister don't hardly ever. I don't remember what it was, but it was probably somewhere we was in the house, mom was gone, and something wasn't like it was when she left in a serious way. I think we the picture off the wall broke and the glass broke or something like that. Who did it? Nobody was snitching. We all got whooping. My brother goes in there first. Mama is working him bad, and like we're sitting there outside the door, and we're like crying, but we're snickering at the same time. We like, it's not funny. It's not funny. Like we're sitting there laughing, but like, it was the weirdest thing. Mom, come in here. Like, you got, bro, like, oh my God, bro. The whoopings, I'm telling you. It was a different world there, man. People don't understand. I mean, they kids don't understand that. That's why I was telling my kids, I'm like, y'all don't even understand the fear of knowing you're getting, man. Anyway, I'll harp on that all. That's an episode of itself. But man, shout out to moms because she took care of the kids so the streets didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just the culture. That was the way it was. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Joe. All right. Well, Ash.
Really? Joe? You're crazy. We're not gonna end on that note. We appreciate all the love and support and all the comments from our Stoop kids. We're still on our road to 100 subscribers. We are at 80 now.
Let's go.
Last week we had 76, so we gained 4 new subs in a week.
Let's go. Stoop kids in the building.
That is probably our biggest jump in such a short time. So we appreciate it all. And just keep telling a friend to tell. Now it is time for the Flash with Ash, and we do have some trivia today.
Oh.
And I'm gonna and one of y'all favorites, or one of y'all, shows that y'all keep trying to get me to watch. So we'll see how you do. So first, we're gonna start off with That's So Raven. What was the name of the restaurant owned by Raven's father, Victor? The Groove Grill, the Chill Grill, the Teen Grill, Baxter's Burgers.
You asked
Chill.
this before.
Mm-mm.
I think you did.
That's this.
I remember this.
Right after That's So Raven last episode, but it
No,
wasn't.
no, a minute ago.
I
I
remember.
don't remember, but I know that it's the Chill Grill.
Chill Grill.
Well, she said she knows the answer.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, Chill Grill.
it's correct. Think y'all would know that one. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Hey, his spot was slamming too. I liked it.
close. Okay, we're going to Sex in the City.
Oh, come on. Come
I
on.
mean, this is y'all. I'm catering to y'all. You know what I'm saying? 2 Mother's Day, Mia. This is for you.
Ah,
Bring it on.
see what you
What
did
was
there.
the name of Charlotte's first husband?
I already know.
Um,
You don't even gotta give me.
It was Kyle McLaughlin, but
do you want multiple choice?
I'm going with Mia wherever she go.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember his names. If you give me the choices, I'll know his name. Since Mia already knows.
Okay, wait, because I know his name. It is, and I'm having a ADHD moment, but I know it. It
I
is
need. I got multiple choice for
Trey
y'all.
McDougal.
You said Ray?
Trey McDougal.
Trey. Oh yeah. I always thought that was a weird name for him.
That is correct.
Mm.
That is correct. Did y'all want to hear the other ones, or y'all?
No, we good. Yeah, we know.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew who her husband was. I was like, yeah, that was him. But I didn't. I knew the actor, but I was like, I don't remember his
And
name.
his mom's name was Bunny, and he was Scottish.
Right, that's her show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so y'all really do watch. Y'all really is watching.
I ain't ran it back. I only watched the
I'm
whole
when
series
it
once.
comes to Sex in the City. I know my Sex in the City.
Okay, so okay,
Mm-hmm.
like I know girlfriend. So that's
Right.
your
That's white
that's
girl.
your okay. All right, so let's reel it on in with one of our favorites from Martin, of course. Hey Martin, what was the name of Cole's girlfriend who somehow made Cole looks like the smart one?
Okay.
Myra Johnson, Tammy Watkins, Big Shirley, or Shanice Mc. I don't know how to say his
I
name.
know
Shanice,
who it is, but
Say
I answered the last two, so I want both answers.
say the names again.
Shanice, Big Shirley, Tammy Watkins, or Myra Johnson.
Maybe Tammy. Myra is from Family Matters.
I'm gonna go with Shanice.
I'm gonna go if you know, I'm going with where you going.
That is correct. Dun, 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 dun. You are 3 for 3 today. Me is on third.
I'm
For the
telling
last time y'all was 3 for 3, so enjoy this moment. I don't
you.
know when there will be another.
I might get a
Okay,
crazy
that's bad.
audience.
Don't do
So
that.
you gonna do that?
It's all that extra Mother's Day rest that I got. I'm
Okay,
sharp. I'm sharp today.
okay, I can tell. Well, y'all wrapped up Flash with Ass pretty quickly today.
Yeah.
So I'll be back next week with some more in store.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Ash. That was great. Truly enjoyed that. Um, we are going back to the year of 1998, but I will not be laying the land on this one because we've done 1998 already. So it'll be some repetitive things. So it just gives you more time in the world of this movie that we're about to do. So, Mia, as we step into the time machine, take us back to the year of this film.
All right, like Mo said, we're going back to 1998 to talk about the film Stepmom. A terminally ill woman must deal with her ex husband's new lover, who will be their children's stepmother. For cast, short and sweet, we have Julia Roberts as Isabel Kelly, Susan Sarandon as Jackie Harrison, Ed Harris as Luke Harrison, Gina Malone as Anna Harrison, Liam Aiken as Ben Harrison, and we have one appearance from Lynn Whitfield as Dr. Pete Swikert. And this film was released on December 25th, 1998.
Okay,
Hmm.
that tracks because I do got a question around that. So, but Ash, this is your pick first. How do you remember this movie in your memory? Uh, the things that you associate and think about when you think about this movie, and what made you pick it, and then how was it this time? Oh,
Okay.
and let's be kind and rewind.
All right. Um, it's like a press play, honestly. I've seen it maybe once or twice. I feel like I saw it on TV. I don't remember having this in the collection or anybody I know having it. So I feel like I probably saw this on TV, just like a random watch. Of course, Julia Roberts fan. So that kind of drew me in. And then the bald guy, he's like the coach from radio. I remember him being in radio. I like him too. But I wanted to pick something different. I was like, I kind of wanted to step outside my little box. Because it's real and it's kind of raw. Like this dynamic really does exist currently. Trying to figure out how to navigate your family dynamic when there's, say, if you're not with the parents of the children. Even me, like my husband is not Anthony's father, so like that whole new transition of figuring out how to merge that together. So yeah, I related in that way, just like this is something real. Um, be it's something good to talk about.
Hmm.
What does life look like when you move on from, previous relationships, previous marriages, with children involved? So watching it this time, it was a good watch. I remembered, for some reason, I remembered Jackie being sicker, like visibly. Like I don't know, for some reason, I thought we saw more of her um, experience with cancer. But now when I watch it, obviously that wasn't the case. That made me feel even better, because I'm like, sometimes we don't have to see the whole transition. Like if we just know it's coming, like I kind of appreciated that. So yeah.
Okay, what about you, Mia?
Yeah, so I don't remember my first experience with this movie. I do know that I've seen it. I had seen it a few times prior to this, but there were a few things that I didn't remember that came back to me pretty quickly once I was watching it this time. And like Ash, I also thought that we saw more of Jackie being sick. But again, it clicked once I was watching it. I was like, okay, yeah, we didn't get there. We didn't see that. But I think I was associating the emotions I remember from the movie with thinking that we
Mm,
saw her sicker. But then I'm watching, I'm like, oh, it just pulls at the emotions in a different way. This movie took me through the gamut emotionally. Like, I mean, triggered, sad, happy, just all of the things. I have so many thoughts because this is actually, this is a real look at, it makes you really think about yourself and how you think you would react to something versus how you may react to something once it becomes a reality for you. So it's a really good movie. I love Susan Sarandon. She plays in one of my favorite oldies but goodies, Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I've always, of course, been a Julia Roberts fan. She was the 90s, let's make it clear.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, I can't wait to talk about.
Mm. Um, this was a press play for me. Never seen this before. This was something that my wife was telling me about a little bit ago, actually, about just how good this movie was, and it's something that she, grew up watching. And so when it got picked, I was like, "Oh, here's the opportunity to like check out this movie." And I watched the trailer uh, way before, and I kind of once I kind of got the energy and vibe of the movie, I was like, "Okay, I can see this. This is just like kind of a face off bit." You know what I mean? But the movie is so much more than just that. When watching it, and it is, like I said, it's a real movie, and again, something that's a reoccurring thing that we speak to is the world building, but and in the sense of you're we love movies that corner us into this kind of environment, this kind of ambiance. We talked about it with the Sinai and Wesley movie. What was that? Dis-
Disappearing.
Disappearing Acts. We talked about that on The Perfect Son. We talked about it. What you say?
Good Son.
The Good Son. I'm sorry, The Good Son. Um, Jason's Lyric. Just kind of these niche, real specific spaces within this big world that they lock us into. And this is another one of those type of things. It's a little bit broader, but it still feels very tight. Tight enough. It ain't like Disappearing Acts. That was ultra tight, suffocating in that sense, but it does feel that way. So same thing, took me through all the feels, and I'll speak to that as we get through some of these moments and these conversations. But it definitely, you feel it, and it makes you reflect. And I know we're going to have a great conversation today. So just getting into some like overall thoughts and conversation here. So I ask you first, Mia. You ever been through this like step parent as a kid thing that?
Yes.
And what was that like in comparison to what we see the child, the young lady, the daughter, kind of going through it?
Oh, yikes. Okay. So I am a child of the blended family. I do have a stepmother, and we did not get along for a very long time. Um Not to get too,
Personal.
personal, or because therapy session, it could take all day. But um I was younger than Anna in the movie. So I was probably 8 when my um like 8 when my dad met my stepmom. And she was also significantly younger than my dad, kind of like Isabel is with Luke. But it wasn't this way, because I feel like in this film, and we will talk about it, trust, Anna was kind of just very, very hard on Isabel, um, in a way. It wasn't like that for me because my parents had not been together since I was really little. So it wasn't a wanting my parents to get back together sort of thing. It was just, um, long story short, a matter of we just didn't mesh well. Like, it started off good and then got rocky around like my coming into preteen years. And there were just differences that were very, very hard to overcome because we didn't have a catalyst to make us overcome them until I was much older.
Mhm.
Um, we get along great now. She's great as a second, or as a grandmother figure to my kids.
Mhm.
And um, we also had cultural differences because my stepmom is Asian. She's from Cambodia.
Oh wow.
So, a lot of different factors play a part.
Mhm.
Luckily, we're in a good place now. So I can relate to multiple different aspects of this film, and I see it from a lot of different perspectives.
Mm. Ash.
I don't have too much there. I mean, our parents split at some point, and my dad moved on. I know you're going to bring that up.
That's
But
exactly what I'm
my
going to bring
brother's
up.
experience, with someone who was, I guess you could say, close to a stepmom, but it like the
Yeah.
experience with her was very like short lived.
Hmm.
So like my experience with her was cool. It was like she kind of had like a fun house, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like the rules were a little more lenient over here, and that's probably obviously mostly because our dad was just more lenient, our mother. So maybe it was just because we're at dad's house and it's just kind of more chill, you know. So it could have been just that, but my experience with her, it was, from what I remember, I mean, it was okay. I didn't feel like she was trying to like overstep or anything. We were really young too. I don't know
Oh
how
man,
old. I'm sure
super young.
bro may remember, but it was very limited. Other than that one time we were over there, like to stay the night at our dad's, but I don't really remember too much after that one time. So I don't have too much experience in that, you know,
Yeah,
aspect of it.
yeah. It was like I said, it wasn't. It, it was so small, like you know what I mean. And I don't. And again, my dad has been married numerous of times, and
Oh,
that was the closest to stepmom. Nobody else. Everybody else is that's my dad's wife. It's just that's how it always was. But at that time, like I said, I probably remember going over there maybe twice. But it was like a fun house. You know, Daddy had it lit. It was fly. Remember they had the whole barbershop, beauty shop in the garage with the
Right.
actual chairs, bro, and
Yeah.
mirror. I'm like, how did y'all do that? You know,
Yeah.
but you know they. A parent split. And it was a tough time in general, just because every time they got together, they argued. Typical you know, parent thing and making the kid choose who you want to go with. And I never forget that being in the parking lot of Walmart and it's just like, oh, you know, and, you know, staying the night over there, I was like fussing and crying because I just didn't want to be there. I was so homesick. I was such a mama's boy. And then it's just like, he was like, and this is your sister. You know, I remember she was little. I remember like she had the pacifier. She walking around and it just didn't compute because we were so little. It's like, what do you mean we have another? Like this is our sister. It just didn't even like that. That's bruh. It was so mind blowing. Like I don't. What do you mean? Like you know, to this day, it was like what you know. Now, of course, we know our sister. Now we're not as close as I wish we were, but you know, there's love there, and it's never a problem. But it was just at that time, it didn't even register, you know, like what was going on, and it was like, dang, you kind of moved on, and I was crying and fussing so much, like that, like and I remember thinking my brother and sister, like my dad had got them because they wasn't feeling it at first either, being nervous. But then daddy, oh, you want some candy? You want a sandwich? You want some strawberry milk? Or you know, and he got both of them, but I was the only one that wasn't feeling it because I was just like in my mind, I was that's probably my mom coming out where it's just like I felt like you left us, bro, like you abandoned us, like and now you want me to be cool over here. And he had him call my mom like, hey, man, you have to go get this little nigga, like. He won't stop crying, like, and it took me a while. Eventually, I did, but I just was so fussy about it because it was so weird. So that's the closest experience outside of that. Nah, not really. Should we consider this a Christmas movie?
I knew you were gonna ask. I knew you were gonna ask that. And I mean, I don't consider it a Christmas movie. I feel like it's a movie that has that has it covers
A
the
Christmas tree.
right. Like it makes it to Christmas, but I don't think it's a Christmas movie.
It,
I agree.
yeah, it's more Christmas than Die Hard. As people constantly be like, oh, you got to remember Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Like people die on that banner. Like Shazam exists. That type of dying on banner. Uh, I'd say, to be honest, it did feel to me like Thanksgiving ish. It had this. It had a. It's like Preacher's Wife to me, kind of. It had that interesting. I mean, Preacher's Wife obviously more Christmas, angelic church aspect that kind of really leans more into it, but it gave me the same similar to Mrs. Doubtfire when we did that around our first year. We did that around Thanksgiving, and I was like, why does this feel like it fits in that? And this movie being kind of in earth tones, kind of warm, kind of orange brown, it makes me feel that whole seasonal feel. So not Zach Holiday, but something maybe a fall breakish,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
in there. But it got a feeling to it. You know what I mean?
A fall movie, fall winter weather
Fall
movie.
winter weather. Yeah. Um. That's it. I do want to just call out a few interesting things about the movie. So in the film, the character that plays Characters played by Julia Roberts and Susan Sarandon are often at odds with each other. In reality, the two are close friends. Excuse me. The two
Love
are
it.
close friends and chose this project specifically to work on together. So
Okay.
that's dope.
Yeah.
Second, Chris Columbus. This is the second Chris Columbus film that focuses on divorce. The first one was Mrs. Doubtfire. Haha. So that's
Mm.
really interesting. This was the first theatrical film to premiere on the WB television network.
Wow. Okay.
Huh. That was so different when movies used to go from theater to TV. That was a brand new concept. And lastly, this movie is taken from the TV movie The Other Woman that came out in 1995. So, starring Layton and Jill Eikenberg, excuse me. So way out there. It was really worse last episode. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of the overall discussion of it. Ash, we can go wherever you want to go with it. That's a lot to talk
Okay.
about, and it's a lot
Yeah.
of dynamics and angles. So we're just gonna flow with it. So wherever you start, we'll pick it up from there.
Well, I'm not even gonna play around. I want to go straight into Luke.
Okay.
Uh, Luke was getting on my nerves.
Hmm.
I like him, but like, let's just keep it a bean. Like, dude, when Ben was lost and Jackie, they all met at the police station, and his reaction to Jackie's reaction really pissed me off because I felt like he was like downplaying it. Like, oh, come on, Jackie, she made a mistake. Like, bro, you've been with her for 5 minutes, right? And literally, she's doing her job, shooting her photography. The kids are entertaining themselves. Like, and again, this is just probably where I am now in my big age. Oh, could have snatched him up. You know what I mean? And this is on her watch, right? And you're wanting so bad for the kids to like mesh with her and blend with her, and you want Jackie to be okay with her kids being around Isabel. And it's just like in that moment, he's just be mad. I feel like he wasn't concerned enough for me as a father. Like in that moment, I just felt like, bro, you should have been like, or maybe it's the fact that we didn't get to see a conversation with Luke and Isabel about it. Like it's not in the later section, but I kind of wish there were moments that we were seeing with Luke and Isabel when things were kind of shifting or like she was kind of like out of pocket. Like, let me see something on Luke's end because we clearly see Jackie hitting her every chance she get, like of if she's doing something wrong or. But Luke, I don't. Well, he ain't even around. He's a workaholic. Like you didn't even have to be in the movie. But anyway, let me chill and I'll
All
let
right,
y'all go ahead.
we ain't gonna even do that one though. Hold up.
Y'all go ahead and do what y'all do. But
Nah,
that
hold up.
pissed me
Go, yeah, go ahead, man, because I got things to say. But hold up. Now the
Okay.
movie is
So
crazy.
I see it a little differently. I think for me, I get where Luke was coming from in that moment because I think Jackie reacted a little bit um irrationally to me. Like, yes, I get it, but I think that her anger came from a place of bitterness when it came to Isabel and Luke in the first place. Like, I feel like she was already going into it with resentment towards Isabel before we even got to that point. So I feel like the whole um I'm getting a lawyer and I never want her alone with my kids again was extreme. So I feel like he was forced to be on the defensive because, like, at this point, we can't even have a civil conversation about it because you've already gone time getting a lawyer. Like we're past the point of, okay, let's work on like what we can do in the future to course correct because and maybe it's just me. I do tend to be I'm my father's child in this way. I'm just very laid back and objective when it comes to certain things. Like I have a way of looking at things where it's like, okay, let's take the emotion out of it first and then look at it and then come back and see if we feel the same way. Because I get it. Yes, of course you're going to be angry. You're going to, but did he get hurt? No. He could have, yes. It could have gone a lot worse. So in the future, let's look at what we can do to make sure that this doesn't happen again and doesn't go worse. Now, I do agree that I wish there would have been a conversation between Luke and Isabel because yeah, we got to present a united front in front of these kids and in front of the ex-wife. But in private, yeah, you got to quit playing with my kids and be a little bit more attentive. But why am I always alone with your kids in the first place? This is your weekend with your kids. Why do I keep having to pick your kids up from birthday parties and school and the doctor and wherever else? And where are you? Why is it
Hey, listen.
always?
Where's Waldo?
Hey, Luke is that
that's
guy.
what I have.
That's why Luke is that guy. Like that's what's going on.
Like we brushed past the daddy wasn't there portion a lot.
Listen,
Hey, you see the house she in? Huh?
what does he do for a living again? Did we get
He's
that?
like wasn't like a sports agent or some kind of
He's a lawyer of some
a
sort.
lawyer or something. But yeah, I mean, y'all said everything to be said on that. Only thing, just to, since I am a father, what I'll say, because Luke didn't do a great job, But we'll speak more. We're going to stay on Luke for a second. But in that scenario, you got to remember, there's a reveal later in the movie where the mom tells that she lost a son, and I'm sure she told him that she had genuinely lost a son, so he knew that this happened. So it's like he's looking at it like, okay,
Yeah,
and plus but look, hold on, and then we low key lose him all the time in the house. We see an opening scene of him running, and we find him hiding in the cabinet with boxes of cereal and bowls. So we lose him all the time. So this is his normal behavior. So don't put it on him. And then even then, she steps up and say like, look, don't even put it on him. It's on me or whatever. But obviously she take it there, and I ain't mad. I mean, in reality, like, yeah, bro, you lost my son. Like, I don't even know you like that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely get it. But no, I'm with you. Like her reaction was fine. I'm just saying the husband, and then you got to also think like them two seem to be fairly cordial for the most part. They got some, obviously we'll get into like a little bit of the therapy divorce section of it, but they obviously have some like, pain points that trigger things. But you got to remember, he is a man. It's like, bro, if I let her just go off on my girl like that, now we got two problems. Now they don't understand. Cause y'all ain't on that side. Like when I go home, are you just gonna let her yell at me in front of the police, in front of everybody? You just gonna let her? It's like you got to say something, but he ain't go off on her. He in the middle. He trying to make it. You know what I mean? He's trying to make it work. Like
I agree with that because I feel like in front of everybody else, yeah, you better not let your ex-wife talk crazy to me. But you can tell me whatever you want in private, but check that because you're talking to. But we gonna get to that too because I have other thoughts.
Yeah, but go ahead, Ash. But you in the Luke? So what else? What else? What else you want to get it with Luke?
Respect. You know what I mean? I understand it as well. I just disagree. But and I made fair points, but I just feel like it wasn't enough there. I'm not even saying OD. And like Mia said, you want to have, you want everything to be cool. You at the police department, the police station, the kids are present. Like, let's just keep it cool. But I don't know. I just felt like I needed to hear some type of conversation with him and Isabel. Like Mia said, like, all right now, you know what I mean? Like if you're going to be in our lives, you're going to be in the kids' lives, you got to start like locking in.
But wasn't that shortly after though? Like when they was in the kitchen at the house, like, and they was having that conversation. Wasn't that kind of in that vein where he was almost on some like, hey, look, maybe you should fall back on it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she was like, no, I really want to, like, you don't trust me with your.
That was after that, but it was like a while.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember, but
all right, but I mean, I really liked Luke in this film, not just because I am a father and a man, but I like Luke in, even though they didn't. He might have been slightly underutilized, but he
Slightly.
didn't. I mean, well, I don't want to say he's super underutilized because this is about stepmom. So it's like that dynamic is the focal. Get the guy out of
Mhm.
the way. He's not even here to save the day. It's not the white savior type thing. It's about these women and these kids. So that's why I'm like slightly underutilized. I would have liked to see him more personally, but I think the moment and they especially towards the back half of the movie. It's like y'all really phased him out. So when he came back in, when we get when we got the cancer diagnosis and we phased back in, he having what are we supposed to do without you? It's like, man, bro, where you been? That's why I was like, I don't know, but I don't know.
Boy.
But do y'all think so? There was a moment speaking of Luke and Jackie that I don't know if they were in a therapy session or a lawyer. I couldn't gather.
That
That
was
may
the
have been,
school, right?
yeah, I think that was one
Oh,
of
school.
those teachers or her principal or something for Anna's school.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, it was just weird because they kind of get into their relationship a little bit, and that's why I was like,
Yeah.
when they were on the last leg of their marriage, she said that he was like starting to cheat or
Hmm.
okay, fill me in because like I was confused in that argument there.
She said that when they separated or at the beginning of their divorce, he dated a lot of women
Mhm.
after they split up.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like she was like upset, and he was like drawing the line, like, "Nope, I did this after." I don't know. That's why I got confused on like I felt like it was being painted in like this kind of he's cheating type thing, but I guess I missed that. Uh, or maybe it was just man logic. Listen to it while I'm hearing it versus what's being said. Hey, y'all don't act like y'all don't do it. Don't act
Yeah,
like
we're
y'all do
not
it.
judging you. We're not judging.
Nah,
I definitely do it for sure.
um,
I do not. I am a Virgo.
What
um,
I heard you say was
all right. Um,
big C's over here. Okay.
boy, crazy. Okay, so I'm trying to kind of wrap up Luke a little bit more. There's a moment with the kids with Luke, where I don't know if this is after he proposed or right before he was about to propose to Isabel, but he's having this conversation with his kids, and the daughter was great acting, but I have a lot of things to say. We all got a lot of things to say. But she's like, I thought you and mommy be together. Don't you want each other anymore? Don't you love each other anymore? And he told the truth. Like he's just like, I love your mom, but we fell out of love. And then the son drops the mic on him. Can you fall out of love with us too? I was like,
Mm,
oh.
yeah, that was deep.
I said, look, that especially like this actor, I don't know how much of it is him acting this well, or if it's just naturally being a kid having a lot of energy and they had to kind of get the best out of it. I don't know, but if it whatever it was, that moment that was a bar drop. I said, ooh, but I like how Luke handles the kids. Like
Hmm.
he ain't there like that, which we know is an issue, which probably played into their marriage. But I like how he is with the kids, even when we get the diagnosis and they're sitting on the porch. Like I like Luke. I like his character, and I like the actor too. That could be a big part of it. So,
I don't dislike Luke. I don't
Right.
think he necessarily did anything wrong in my eyes. It I think there was a lot that he wasn't privy to. And I feel like a lot of things on both sides were being kept from him to make him believe that things may have been going a little bit better than what they were going. Especially on from Isabel's side, like I feel like she might have not told him how bad things were sometimes with the kids. Um, and I think I like his character because he wasn't mean to his ex-wife. He didn't have resentment towards her. He was never rude or cruel towards her. He was just very firm with his boundaries and where he stood about his relationship with Isabel. And I think but he was always very respectful of his relationship with his children and his children's mother.
Agree. Luke too. I just didn't like him in that moment, but yeah, I don't dislike Luke, and I do like how he is with the kids. I do love their co-parenting dynamic. Like that is so refreshing. I
Yeah.
want to see more of that, like in
Yeah.
real life. Like I love that dynamic,
Hmm.
like for sure.
Well, what do you think, Ash, about the dinner with Luke and Jackie when he's kind of looking for her blessing to propose to Isabel? What did you think about it? Because it was emotional scene, very
Hmm.
deep. You feel like you've been with this couple that was once married, and you're almost even like, dang, what happened? Maybe I still
Yeah.
can. You're having all of these feelings as a viewer. What did you take away and gather from that dinner between Luke and Jackie?
Um. Yeah, Jackie's boy low key. Not gonna say she want him, but like she still has those feelings, right? This is the father of her children, and it doesn't just go away, you know. And she sees how he is with kids. If they love him, he's good for them. You know, all of those things can still make you have that attachment, and like maybe we could,
Still
try
get you
again.
wet, and I can still make you laugh.
Hey, hey.
That's
Hey,
it. I mean,
I'm talking
but
about the
anyway,
when she was flowering and stuff, getting it wet, making you laugh. Like,
Okay.
okay. But wanting her blessing. Oh no, man. And this might be just another gripe of mine, like wanting to see more of like Isabel and Luke's dynamic before the proposal. Like, cause but I don't want to get off track, but it's just something missing for me.
okay,
But yeah, I just think she still had feeling like you said that door wasn't completely closed for her, based on her reaction and kind of like she just wanted to know why, and he didn't even answer. So it's like, I mean, obviously they had conversations to get to the divorce, but I was really hanging on a thread to see what he would have said, though. I was curious of what he might have said, but he probably didn't want to have that conversation again, reopen that wound. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Um so I am a mother of two. I am also divorced. And um so I can see a perspective more so from the perspective of Luke though. More so than Jackie. Like I see where Jackie's coming from because I see her as somebody who she used to work when she had kids. She left her job. She became a full-time wife and mother. So she's holding on to this idea of her family became her life. That's what she clung to. He doesn't have that same um attachment because he still had a life outside of the family. He has a job and the marriage wasn't working, so he left. And I feel like in that moment, I felt for him when she asked that question because I've been there before, and it's hard to be the source of someone's discomfort in that way, where it's
Mhm.
like, if you really want the answer to this question, I'll give it to you, but it's not going to solve the problem for you. It's not going to make you feel better. It's not going to change your heart. So I'm going to just change the subject. Like, let's just move forward because we already know where we are. And we don't need to um, rehash these old conversations. And especially for them, they have been divorced for 3 years. So we have to come to terms with where we are at some point, you know.
mm-hmm.
Um, and at this point, he is in love with somebody else and he's ready to get married. And I have a lot of thoughts about Jackie and a lot of thoughts about Isabel, a lot of thoughts about Anna, um, and the whole dynamic. But I feel like, of course, I can feel Jackie's pain as a mother and a woman, but I understood Luke in that moment.
Mhm. I for me, I both make real compelling points. The thing that and you ain't gotta like this, Mia, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be. This the challenge of this for me is the dynamic, and I'm echoing on somebody's computer. Um, but the dynamic of this, just knowing that like she did give up so much, and then to end up going where it went as far as them being divorced for 3 years, and then just to get the diagnosis, and we got to live with her through that. And I mean, Susan Sarandon, that's her name, Susan Sarandon. Okay, yeah. She carries it well. She's a great facial expression actor. You can see her thoughts in her eyes, so she does an excellent job. We talk about that a lot with Sanai. And so it's this thing about it. And the point I was talking about before is, with a movie like this, what I felt they executed better in a situation like this was like, damn, all of this plus the cancer, I feel like they executed it better than when we obviously watched Crooklyn. That was my issue. Take it or leave it. I'm making a point about kind of the matriarch of the family kind of doing so much and then getting this extra bad news, the ultimate bad news. It was like, you mean to tell me I sacrificed all this, I gave this up, I'm trying to rebuild, and now I got cancer? You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, now I gotta leave early. I gotta check out early. So, but the movie allows us to live with her more versus like kind of the hard drop off that I felt Crooklyn kind of did, which I get is not that type of movie and that ain't the focus. It's more comedic than anything, but that's what I would have liked a little bit more of, even though they gave us kind of like this kind of, ghostly thing tying into the dark. So anyway, so in this moment, I just felt, and this is where she knew she had cancer, right? Because she had something to tell him too, and she held it back. So you're thinking about all that, which I mean, I don't think she ever maybe thought he was coming back, but it was just one of these things, just like it really closes the door where it's like, now I'm really alone. And then getting that cancer diagnosis is like, when he gets married, this is their stepmom. The door is really closed. And now I'm dying. It's like, man. Whoo. And
I
so
think that
it's a lot. That, I mean, the movie's well executed because we got three different kind of takes from a short scene. Luke and Isabel, what do you think about this the love interest, the feeling, the vibes? Because we're going to transition from Luke and Isabel to Isabel, and the kids, and Jackie. Will get it all in there together. But this is kind of the last of Luke, I think. Kind of his character. But like Luke and Isabel, what did you feel about this dynamic between the two? The proposal, the just the relationship in general in this movie and how it was executed.
I don't think we saw that much of it. I don't think we got a lot of time spent with Luke and Isabel. I think we got more time with Luke and Jackie, more time with Jackie and Isabel, but we didn't get too much time with Luke and Isabel because he was always gone. We saw her a lot with the kids by herself. We didn't necessarily see them alone, except for maybe that one scene in the kitchen when Anna kept calling and hanging up, or the scene when he proposed. It was just, there wasn't a lot of alone time spent with Luke and Isabel. So I feel like we as the audience are just meant to understand that they have built something, but they're not necessarily showing us that they're focused more on the dynamics with Jackie.
Ash, what about you? What you felt about Isabel and Luke's relationship, the dynamic, the execution in the movie, or
I agree with what Mia just said, and that was the thing for me. I want to see it. I wanna
yeah,
see everything in the film, but like those type of things are big for me. I need to kind of I need to feel the connection through the screen, right? So it's like so I can understand how we are what we are. Again, it's still a great movie. It's not in the later section. It's still do I have it down there? Uh
If you do,
because
you
I
can.
might,
If you do, and you know, whatever it is,
I
like
could just recap it.
yeah, you in your bag now.
My notes kind of look crazy right now, but it could be down there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I said that I didn't really believe the love connection between Luke and Isabel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I wanted to see it more, so I could feel the connection. I obviously it was sexual chemistry between them. Like they're in the kitchen whipping up some spaghetti and making out, and then obviously that scene where find out Isabel was in the shower with Luke. When he proposed. So you can see that there's sexual chemistry there. But nothing beyond that. Like I don't really necessarily see like the love. Um, but yeah. So
Yeah, no, that's spot on. They did cheapen that spot of the movie. I think it doesn't take away from the movie, but it feels slightly cheaped, like slightly budgeted. You know what I mean? Deleted scenes vibes. Like type thing where we had to get it down to 2 hours even. Let's cut it here type deals. Like, but we did need more because I don't see it, and I don't really same thing. I don't feel it. So y'all kind of said that there. Isabel and the kids. What I'll lead like this. That opening scene. Listen to me. Y'all go back and rewind if you need to hear the scary stories about what I just told y'all about whoopings. Y'all heard that? Y'all seen that? All right, got it. Listen to me. If I'm getting you dressed and you're first off, I'm looking for you. I'm telling you, come on, stop playing. We got to go. And I find you in a cabinet above a counter. Then I gotta chase you, and you're fighting me off to get your shirt on. The TV screen is cutting to black, y'all. The YouTube feed is cut. The dial up is cut because I'm finna dog you. I'm finna dog you because that was ridiculous. And then to get into is it Anna the daughter?
mhm.
I'm just gonna let y'all go because man, listen. Whoo,
Easy.
whoo.
But go ahead, Mia. You start.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because let me tell you something. That little girl triggered me somewhere down deep in my black mama's spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Because who are you talking to like that? Who are you talking to like that? Like, hey, you would have got look. Luke would have got cussed out. Jackie would have got cussed out. Anna would have got cussed out. Little Ben might have even got cussed out because who are you talking to? We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. She she was talking crazy. And not just to Isabel. She talked
Bro,
crazy to Luke. She talked crazy to Jackie. She just talked crazy.
talk crazy.
I have a daughter, a 9-year-old daughter, and I give her a lot of room and space to tell me how she feels and tell me why she feels that way. But we're going to keep it respectful and we're going to keep it cute.
Mm-hmm.
Because that whole, this is my room, treat her with respect and get out. Why don't we name the dog Isabella? Because it smells like, girl,
Bruh.
Rude. Terrible.
Hey man, shout out to Joe.
I'm
no.
saying that. We don't condone. Listen.
There's a lot of Joes in the world, man.
Uh-huh.
I,
Joe
dr-
from
I drink.
you
I drink. Shout out to dog. Just play.
and
I'm talking Goldberg. Dog, just playing.
um
Yeah, man. See that goes back to what y'all were saying. Ashley, just jump in here real quick. I just want to put this in insert. That's what makes that dynamic not fully work. It works later in the film as they progress, and now that we're getting the payoff, it works better. But in the early side of her saying, I give me a chance with these kids and stuff, it's like, okay, we can't buy into why she's so dedicated to, be in these kids' life and be a part of his life by trying to take care of the kids when we don't know how much they really love each other. So I'm not bought into her like she's fly. I mean, she ain't single, but she's fly. She's nice looking. She's a career woman. She ain't gotta really deal with none of this. So it's like y'all ain't really.
Hmm.
They didn't do a good job of like. I mean, maybe they're trying to tell us throughout the movie, like in the job is like she's already fed up. She don't really whatever. I don't know, but I just want to insert that part of her really wanting to be with the kids. Like,
No, that is a great point. Like you said, because she's like, she clearly wants to be with Luke, but yeah, like we didn't. Why are you so invested? Like, I don't. The love that we're seeing on screen is not deep enough for me to even deal with it, especially when Anna talking straight crazy to you, Ben running around, don't want to get dressed, and you're constantly with them by yourself. Maybe it would have we would have felt different if they were with them together, even if they were still giving her shit. At least Luke is here to kind of straighten them out, like, hey, be respectful. Isabel's going to be around, whatever. If they were together, it would make it feel a little more like, okay, he got her back, right? But the fact that he's like absent and she's constantly there, she's building that connection pretty much from scratch on her own, because of what we're not able to see on screen. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the buy-in is there. Like, I'm not going to deal with it. Proposals off, I'm out. Yeah, Anna is disrespectful. Okay? Terrible, terrible mouth. She should have had hands and feet
all that.
over her at some point.
And I
Mom ain't did it. Pops ain't did it. Isabel, obviously. Dude, she just, y'all let him say anything. No.
and I
Yeah.
think that's part of the reason why I it makes me feel a type of way about Jackie. But I get we'll talk about that when we talk about Jackie. I but I guess we could what I'll say here about Isabel and her relationship.
You can
It
go for it. You can
it
go
didn't
for it.
feel
We
like
if you want to.
anybody. Yo, go for it with
Oh,
the
I'm
whole.
just saying, yeah. If you tying in that and you there, go for it. Don't even feel like you gotta, you know.
I don't feel like respect was encouraged. Like we never saw Luke have a conversation with Anna about what is or is not appropriate or respectful. Like it felt like Isabel was left to navigate her relationship with these kids on her own. And there was no one encouraging a
Mm-hmm.
positive relationship because we didn't see Luke talking to the kids about it other than when he told them that he was proposing. We see actively Jackie talking shit about Isabel to the kids and with the kids. And that's why when little Ben is like, if you want me to hate her, I will. And you see her face, and it's like, yeah, because you're dead wrong. Like, you are the mother, and you are not encouraging any type of positive relationship with this woman through your children. Like, and I've thought about it because, you know, there may come a time when my ex-husband has a woman to introduce into my children's lives. Now, I believe that I will be completely receptive and encourage my daughter if nothing else, because you can't force your kids to like somebody, but at the very least you have to be respectful. I don't
Yeah.
care what else. If you feel some type of way, bring it to an adult and let the adult handle it, but you're never about to be disrespecting nobody grown. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do that. And I feel like Jackie, it was like Anna's behavior was always excused. She could say whatever she wants, but if Isabel says anything back, how would like my child and how dare like girl, what?
Mm-hmm.
Hear what this little girl was saying?
And she just told, "Thank God I'm not your mama, nigga."
And then she looked at her crazy.
I'm so glad I ain't your mama, bro.
Like you
Ugh.
said, I don't have to listen to you. You're not my mom. Thank God for that. And now I'm the bad guy.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
straight up, like, bro, get me out of here, dog. Like, I know, I was glad she clapped back.
Yeah.
And she clapped back at Jackie when Jackie's like, she told her, your daughter is a brat,
Yeah,
a spoiled brat.
and I don't have to be a mom to tell you that.
And it's
Right.
like, you don't like, and Jackie, it's your fault because you are bitter.
Yeah. It's a classic trope. It's a classic trope where moms turn kids against the other parent.
And the one thing that the last thing I'll say about it is I understand the concept of it's hard to put your pride aside and feel like another woman is getting close to your children. And you feel like, oh, are they going to like her more than me? No, because you're their mother, which is why you have to be the grown up and foster those good relationships. Because do you want everybody to be miserable? Like, come on now, Jackie.
Hmm. And like you said, I mean, not being in it, it is tough because, like, dang, what would we do? You know, um, I haven't experienced it. Maybe one day I will, and I don't know how I feel. Um, I think I would be okay, but who's to say? Because me and Anthony, we like, that's my baby boy. But But yeah, like I mean, I understand Jackie feeling like she could be replaced. It's the shiny new toy, or like especially when the relationship does start to change with the kids and Isabel, and things are getting better, and they do want to be around her. They're bringing her up when she's not around. When they're with Jackie. And it's like, do you think Isabel would do that? Like that kind of was like getting on my nerves, but like all right, but yeah, so. You just feel like, and then now you get the diagnosis also. So then it's like, I'm really not gonna be here. But you just gotta trust that you've laid the groundwork. Like she said it later in the movie, which I have in one of my quotes. So I'll just save that for later. But you've done everything. They love you unconditionally. Can't be replaced. They're just building new relationships, and it's not a competition. It's just more love to go around. So, but yeah.
Yeah, it is, and eventually they do, after just beefing through the whole movie, they do finally, um she tries to carry the cancer on her own, but obviously it becomes real obvious something else is going on, and she gets caught up, and then eventually she has to share. They have to have a tough moment with their kids, to sit down, tell them about what's going on, um, and then they just start to come together as a family, and they're still like they're getting closer, the mom, stepmom, but there's still a little bit of odds until they finally just fully immerse into like, hey, we're going to be in each other's life. And because they were getting closer until they had this moment where they had different ideas of how Anna should have went about that boy at school, and which was an interesting part of the movie, because that a lot of people have that, like, y'all know we all are parents, so we all go through where everybody always want to tell you what they would have done if that was their child, or how they feel you should have done it, or your parent try to tell you you know what I mean. It's like, it's that thing where they both have different approaches, but sometimes they could be right a little bit and you could be right a little bit. It's somewhere in the middle, but um so that was good. I'm kind of going to go in, y'all, whatever y'all else y'all want to say about it by any means. I kind of want to get into like that kind of last half of the movie, the kind of real emotional drain, the emotional um, climax of the movie that really brings it all in. But do y'all want anything else y'all want to note before we get to that kind of that part of the movie?
Mm, I
Um,
don't think so. I don't think so.
the only thing I'll say is like, because I could talk about this. I have a lot of strong feelings about this, but I feel like the one thing that was frustrating me was that it felt like Isabel was trying so hard. Like she was really trying. And it was frustrating because it would be different if she was like, you know, the stepmom from the Parent Trap where she didn't like them kids and she really was not trying to fuck with them kids and trying to get them up out of there. And then it would be one thing, but she was trying and it was almost like she was being sabotaged. Like she asked to take that little girl to a concert and Jackie said no, she's too young. And then and bought the same tickets to the same concert to take her herself. Like
On a school night.
it was just stuff like that that just really, and I wanted to sympathize, and I did sympathize with Jackie in the end because I think she came around to the point where she knew that she was dead ass wrong. Um, but it was very hard for me to like her character for a lot of this movie. She was a great mother, but the way she was going about things just rubbed me all the wrong way.
Yeah, she was dropping the kids off and like just leaving. You know, she would ask Isabel, "Can you pick up the kids?" Because she had to go to those appointments, and then you come get the kids. You don't even say nothing. You just walk on past. Like that is crazy. Like, come on now. And then you might, behind the scenes later, you want to say thank you, so but not in front of the kids. Like, come on, what are we doing, Jackie? But yeah.
Yeah, I felt I do. She was doing a lot. Dad's doing a lot, and she was, definitely petty for sure. But I really just look at the whole situation with Jackie, where it's like women when they, get older, from what I've heard and understand, when they get older, you start to reflect a lot on your image and how you feel about yourself. Being once this kind of really young, hot thing, the eye of interest. Not to say you can't be, older and beautiful. We know some people that are like that, but there's that reflection of that. I'm no longer with my husband. I'm still in this big ass house. And now my daughter is in awe of her stepmom, speaking about her more, leaning on her advice more, and so it's just this thing where it's like, I'm not the apple of his eye at this point. I'm not the career woman at this point. I'm not like the coolest parent at this point. I'm not it's so much that I feel like she feels she's not at this stage. And so, and that just speaks to her acting. I can see the internalization of what's going on. She has this big, beautiful house, but it is so lonely. It's so lonely in there, and to get that diagnosis of you have cancer, it was a lot, like, what I mean? And I think they probably even could have done more if this wasn't like a split plot, like so much, because there's so much I think we could have gotten to from her internal emotions, like, because this is a lot for a woman of her age to really deal with, and you know what I mean? So just kind of going in that direction. So, eventually, she's still hopeful that she could beat this cancer thing, and then they find out that there's pretty much nothing they can do. And they say, well, you can go out to Paris. They got treatments. She's like, I just want to spend my time with my family. And just from that point on, this is where us being parents and also being, the children too, where it was just my whole world just spun for a second. It was just like, we live life where we always think we could fix it. Like it's just, okay, well, I can go on a diet. Oh, okay, well, I could do that. I could work out. Or, oh, okay, I could drive less. I could take the bus if I ain't got. Oh, I can stop buying fat. Whatever it is, we always feel we can solve it. To get the answer to say you can't solve it and it's your life. It's life or death. And you got a decision to make. You know what I mean? You can drain your accounts, go overseas. Hopefully they can reverse it. Or you can make that hard decision to say, okay, this is how I'm going. Oh, man. Like, this stuff always gets me. Y'all jump in, because it's wow. Like, it's.
And from my understanding, like, this came back, right? Like, remember they was like, they thought they got it all. So this was like, it came back, in a more aggressive way and spread, which is even crazier to think about. Like, man, I forget how long ago it was. I don't know if they had specified that, if it was like some years or something or not. But so I know she just thinking like, oh, y'all got it once, you'll get it, get it all again. And so the fact that it's spread again, she's walking around normal, right? And it's just, yeah, that diagnosis is,
to make that decision, knowing like we're parents, y'all, like to have to make that decision knowing that, like, you got to leave your babies behind. That's what got me emotional. It's like, wow. You know what I mean? What it's one thing to think about when you lose your parent. We ain't never ready for that, and won't even think about it. But to go on the flip side to think about I got to leave my babies behind, and at this age,
Mhm.
it's like you would hope. Okay, they get 18, they grown. I see them get married. I get grandbabies. You would hope, but to know that that's being cut short, bro, that messed me up.
Yeah.
That is so deep.
I cried my eyes out. Like I
Mm-mm-mm.
remember crying my eyes out the last time I saw this and again this time because there's so many things
Mm-hmm.
that you have to consider. Like there's so much sadness in it and there's so much beauty in it.
Yeah.
She gets to say goodbye to her kids. She gets to prepare them for her death and
Mhm.
tell them, you know, like that conversation she had with Ben, and
Mm.
I'm not gonna cry on here
All
today.
right, how old are you? Hey, I'm telling you, I'm like this.
That conversation when she was telling him basically like, I won't be here physically, but I'll be with you. And
Mhm.
he said, nobody loves you like I do. That took me out.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, that was. Ooh.
'Cause he was so little, and I have to say this because we didn't talk a lot about him specifically, but I loved Ben.
Yes.
Nothing he did bothered me because he's so little. He was being influenced by feeling what his sister felt and his mom, and you could tell he really liked Isabel. He just didn't know how to navigate this because he was a little kid,
Mm.
but he was so cute, and he has so much personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A child actor. Like, you could really see his personality shining.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that he played it when he would talk to his mom and, like, they did so well with forming a bond that felt real
Mm-hmm.
mother-son,
Mm-hmm.
between him and Jackie. And so that really got me when they had that moment. And it's like because in his own way he understood, but in another way that he doesn't fully grasp that she's going to be gone.
Mhm.
But the whole it like it, and I won't speak too much on her moment with Anna, but the moment that her and Isabel had when they finally get to actually discuss, you know,
Mhm.
the fact that she's going to be in the children's future and Jackie's not going to be there, that also took me up out of there because it was almost like she's passing the torch.
Right.
You got my kids now. You have to take care of them. And I'm letting go.
Mhm. Yeah, that was a powerful scene. That was one of my favorite scenes with her and Jackie and Isabel. And like I think the moment with Jackie and Anna was powerful, but it's just I was so over Anna at this point. Like that was a disconnect for me.
Facts.
I couldn't even get there because she was just so terrible.
Intolerable.
I know that probably sounds bad, but
Nah, she was intolerable.
I'm just saying like I couldn't get there emotionally because I'm like she has been just awful. And yeah, you are losing your mother. And that my husband cried on that scene actually when with her and Anna. So he was dropping a couple of tears. And he
That's
lost
that's
his
why
grandmother.
that's why I
Uh,
cried too. Honestly, as much as I don't like her.
yeah.
But go ahead,
And
my bad.
that probably would have got me there because I'm a big crybaby, but like I just could it just didn't connect. But um, my husband lost his grandmother not too long ago, a couple of years ago. So like he was just thinking about, especially how she was telling Anna like, just take me everywhere everywhere with you, and just remember to, kept saying that. So that's what got him. But yeah, Jackie and Isabel at their dinner, and then Isabel giving the wedding scenario. It was powerful. It just what's her name? What's Jackie's real name again?
Susan.
Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to mess her nails. She is so cold.
Mm-hmm.
OG.
Mm-hmm.
Like visibly, like you just feel her, like she's so. And so I would just a slight in that moment. I just when Julia Roberts, I was gonna say Styles, was getting there when she was getting through that story about the wedding and stuff. I was hoping that I could get that tear from Julia. Like it,
Yep.
I needed that from her
Yep.
too. Like she
Yep.
was getting the emotions all the way built up, but
Mm-hmm.
like then nothing came. It wasn't watery enough for me. Like that's just
Yeah.
me being nitpicky,
Nah,
but like
you were on it. I had the same feeling
because Jackie was so
because she
there,
was like stone
and
faced,
like
tear
they both,
just.
yes,
Oh
and
my
they both
god.
have these fears, these internal fears, right? And so I'm like, Julia, just get me there, you know. It's just it did.
And
Maybe,
it,
Still powerful scene.
maybe I'm just soft because I was definitely crying when she was talking about that. But
it
Normally it's too much
not
for
yeah.
me to get there, but
Jackie
like,
pushed me over the edge, though.
Yeah, no, it still works because of the way they're trying to. I got something in the later section, but the way they're trying to build
yeah.
her character is like she's kind of this tougher,
Hmm.
younger, edgy, so she might not get emotional like that. So it works for that, but it does show you the difference, and maybe it could be a directing thing when they told her like, "Hey, we want you to all out lose it, and we want you to, whatever it is," or it could just be the difference in seasoned acting. You know what I mean? It's just like,
I think it was more so that than them
yeah,
telling them. I think it's just whatever's coming in that
Susan
scene.
Sarandon, she oh my gosh, she was in I was watching Ray Donovan, she was in there, still very deep, very real, really
This is
good.
that girl, okay?
She is, yeah.
Everything.
Oh,
um
gee.
but yeah, that Christmas scene, and like I said, it got me because I forgot what the daughter said when she got up there. But it was like, I don't know if she said I don't want you to leave or what it was something she said, and that's what broke me, where it got real because again,
I'm not ready for you to go. Was that it?
I think it was that something like that. I'm not ready for you to go. And when that hit, my head tilted back, and I lost it because I was just like, again, like this one thing, these last moments with your own parents, but then
Hmm.
another thing, you with your son, or me with your children, or me with my children, knowing that it has to go this way,
Yeah.
and there is no real words to console. There is no, and just
Hmm.
to know, like, I'm not ready for you to go. And it's like, be honest, like, and you're so locked into your kids, you're not even thinking about your fear of going.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and so but
Yeah.
but they concluded beautifully where, she comes downstairs, and I think this was intentional. We see like, okay, they kind of have their Christmas upstairs with mom, and then the other Christmas downstairs, stepmom and dad. But then they blend the worlds right at the end, where she comes downstairs, and then they're all in the photograph, and they take the photo. And I think this is an excellent way to end a movie where it was already super emotional.
Hmm.
I don't want to see her go. I don't want to see
Yeah.
her die. How we remember her is kind of how the kids remember her. That's the way I feel like that they're getting it off, and I really enjoyed that. Anything I want to share with that last sequence before we get into our categories?
I
Um. Oh.
I agree. I think they wrapped it up perfectly. Um, we didn't need to see her
No.
get sick.
Hmm.
We didn't need to see any more emotion. They got to say their goodbyes to her while she was there and healthy enough to hear and understand. I think that was a perfect place to leave it off, knowing that she had passed the torch off to Isabel. She was gonna enjoy her last moments with her children. They got to have their Christmas together, leave them with those memories. And yeah, it just it's a perfect wrap up to that emotional roller coaster.
Mm.
Absolutely. We're going trips. I feel the same way. Like I said in the beginning, like you're remembering seeing her visibly getting sicker and glad that it wasn't that way and then not having to see her pass. Like
Hmm.
it ended beautifully. And when Jackie said, okay, let's get a picture with the whole family,
Mm.
and then Isabel gets in there, it's like, that is
Yeah.
like, if you can end a movie any more perfect, like, with considering like that was top tier.
Yeah,
So
it was. That's perfect. And again, I know some people will consider this a Christmas movie, but if they do, this definitely speaks volumes to people that have lost
Yeah.
someone around the holidays. I think this movie services that, and I'm looking at it a little differently now that we've kind of gone through the whole thing. But all right, man, we got through it. Mia, we didn't cry. Me and you,
I
hey,
can't.
we here. I've only came close to cry. Actually, when we did our Lion King review, I almost cried, which was like our first episode. And when I did an episode another week in the books, I almost cried. Like that was like 2 times on air. But this was getting there. But I got out of there because I felt it coming. So we did it. We made it through. We did
Like
cry.
there was an episode where I did cry, but I can't remember what.
Oh man, if you think of it, hit us in the chat because I
It
like to know.
was one. I don't remember what. Poseidon for you, bro, or no? When you
That
kind of
that that
getting a
yeah,
little.
I was getting there. Yeah, Poseidon. Yep, that was the other one.
I
What's
Oh,
can't.
I
gonna get me
was
there,
because the
y'all?
because the because the dad.
Yeah.
That's what it was. The dad went knowing he wasn't coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Whoo. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna get me there again. Anyway, all right, let me get out of
We
here.
ain't been in our water bag in a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Like this is good. But Ash, character you relate to or identify with the most?
I got Jackie and Isabel, y'all.
Hmm.
Pull a little bit from both. I would say Isabel just learning as you go and just sometimes feeling underestimated. I do feel underestimated at certain times. I'm also wanting to be accepted and respected for your efforts. I really value that. And for Jackie, just being protective of her family. I love who I love, and I'm very protective. Also, she carried some emotional weight quietly. I can be that way also. I don't always share what I might be going through or thinking. So, and I feel like she was strong but still vulnerable. So, yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Mia.
So I have a little bit of I have a little bit of Jackie, a little bit of Isabel, and a little bit of Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for Isabel, I think it's just wanting to wanting to feel like your efforts are being acknowledged, like not feeling like you want like you're giving and giving and you want somebody to,
Mm-hmm.
acknowledge that for you. Because I can relate to that. Jackie, obviously, I'm a mama bear,
Mm-hmm.
very much always very protective and nurturing and just overall like my children being my world, just like Jackie's children were hers. And then with Luke, I feel like I understand needing to choose yourself in certain situations and also wanting to be a peacekeeper. I've always been kind of a peacekeeper when it came to especially my family. When
Mm-hmm.
it comes to family, I'm always trying to be the the olive branch, the peacemaker, the go between, just trying to keep everybody, if anybody else is fighting, I'm the one who's trying to bring everybody back
Mm-hmm.
and reel it all in. So I can relate to him there.
Hey, y'all know I love y'all, man. Y'all wonderful co-hosts. But the
Love
category is character you relate to or identify with the most.
It's hard
That
sometimes.
hey, I know, but I know that's why I love y'all. I respect y'all, but come on, we relate
Why?
to everybody in some bit, but nah. But I go with Luke for all the reasons you said, man. I think you hit it on the nose as far as the peacemaker and just even the nuance of how he had to carry being in two different worlds, so to speak. I definitely got Luke.
And in my defense, if I had to choose one, I would have chose Luke. But I'm a mom. I'm a lady. It's Mother's Day.
But that's what make it kind of cool because it's like we always gonna identify with what looks the closest to us, but like kind of
I had to split, man. I had to
That's
split.
all right. I'll allow it on this one, but
To do the splits.
all right. Uh, get to stepping. Character you could do without. Ash.
As much as Anna got on my nerves, I didn't have anyone here. I don't feel like they had a lot of extra characters. Really, it was just really
Mm-hmm.
so. I didn't have anybody.
Yeah.
Same, same. I felt like the cast is so small and concise that everybody served a purpose. So I didn't feel like there was anybody who I could have gone without or needed to go without.
Yeah. This feels more like the plot than anything, but I'm just gonna say the character. But her boss, Isabel's boss, it's like trying to make it more than what it is. It was like the way they wrote it was so half-assed. I felt like it's like, hey, this is your last chance. It's either this or that. It's like, yeah, it was cheap. Though some of the outside stuff was cheap, but the best stuff was inward. So her boss, we didn't need dude at all. Like she could have just quit her job because she ain't got time. We don't even need dude. Lines that deserve to be slimed. Ash.
Yeah. This is from Ben. Bro said it earlier. Can you ever fall out of love with your kids? That was deep. This is yeah. I just thought it was a valid question, so that's why I put that in there. Also from Ben, I'm a telepathetic. Or so he said. I
Oh,
thought that was cute.
pathetic.
Yeah, that was cute. Like that's um. This is from Jackie. It's not my job to make it easy on you. It's my job to protect these children. Um, Also, another one from Ben. If you want me to hate her, I will. Another one from Jackie. Do you have a word limit that you have to hit every day, or can I finish what I'm saying? That was
That was
fire.
fire.
Another one from Jackie. She was kind of them bars. You can't decide to be a we or us when it's convenient for you. She was saying that to Luke. Another one, and the last one from Jackie. I have their past, and you have their future. Hey, Jackie, man.
Mm, Jackie, yeah. Mia.
Okay, the first one I have is is Isabel, and it says, I never wanted to be a mom. Sharing it with you, that's one thing. It's another to be looking over my shoulder for the next 20 years, knowing someone else would have done it better, someone else would have done it right. I have Jackie and Isabel. You look tired. I hate when people say that. It's like a polite way of telling you that you look like shit. Because I
Mm-hmm.
feel the same way. Do not tell me I look tired because
Yeah.
now I feel like you being
It's
shady.
like the little white girls in high school when they didn't have their makeup on.
I have Jackie. Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it isn't there. And then Ben, do you think Isabel's pretty, Jackie? Sure, if you like big teeth. And then I had the one that the one that Ash had that I have their past, you have their future.
Okay. Y'all have mostly what I have, so I only have a few that are not there. Well, you don't usually see that color this time of the afternoon except for working girls. Sheesh. Are you dying? Not today. Great line. And lastly, I'll remember always, always. Promise, promise. So it's like you mean something when you say it twice, like black people, for real, for real. All
Right.
right. Things you would change about the movie or what you felt they didn't get right, Ash.
Talk about it earlier. Luke barely around. Just would have liked to see him a little bit more. The connection with Luke and Isabel, we talked about that already. And then the movie was a little bit too long for me. It felt like there was kind of like a lot of short mini scenes that maybe could have been like they could have put more in one scene. I don't know. It just kind of felt like it started dragging a little bit. So it felt a little bit long to me. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
We talked about it for the most part. I just would have liked to have seen more interaction between Isabel and Luke, just to establish a little bit more of the relationship.
Mm, okay. So, for one, the movie forgets about the dog after it's presented, which is a known like thing. The daughter never gets disciplined in any kind of way in this movie. It's just no. The life size images of the kids, this was absolutely trash. I didn't like. Why not a mural? You know what I'm saying? Or like a dope blown up photo of their mom and them. Like that was whack to me. Like I was like, you come in like, oh, okay, thank you, baby. That's nice type shit. And then they two more things. They kept trying to make Isabel this like bad character. The way the dialogue of Jackie about her, but they never really executed it. Nothing about her was bad. She worked a regular job as a photographer. They kept trying to give that, and it just wasn't there. And they didn't. And then they were trying to play it like she got a pass. We didn't get the information. And lastly, just off of discussion, everything and what we doing, just a pivotal scene that kind of made me think differently. I don't think Julia Roberts should have been that character.
Really?
And it's something about her approach. It's not. I don't feel the stepmom thing as much as the more we talked about it and the more I'm kind of watching it too. I don't know if I feel the stepmommy thing. I feel the young thing, maybe the love interest thing. Maybe I ain't really trying to be a mom, but like it's something not there. It's like Tom Cruise and when we did Jerry Maguire. It's like it's there, but it's not quite there. It's Luther Curl kind of. So it's something about her approach to it that I couldn't connect with. And I think Ash kind of put the nail on it for me when we got to the tear scene where it was like, yeah, I ain't, you know what I mean? But she did a great job acting. I just don't know. I'd be interested. They had somebody else in mind originally, but I didn't bring her up because it's not really as well known of an actress that we would know like that. So
who was it?
I can look it up while y'all do y'all more of the story. Ash, more of the story.
I think it can go quite a few ways in this one, but I just said parenting is less about being perfect and more about being.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
I just said the hardest part is letting go.
Also fire.
Okay, you might have to look it up. I don't want to run it up because I had to go through the IMDb and go back to the thing. I didn't bring it up because, like I said, I didn't really know her from anything. She didn't look familiar like that, but they had somebody else in mind before it. Julia Roberts. Moral story, in my opinion, is live your life, man. Like, whether you're rich or poor, you're happy or sad, make it your duty to never forsake making new memories with the ones you love. Like, don't forsake to make new memories. Like, all right, we got to make this a moment. We about to turn this music on. We about to make this a moment. We about to make this a memory. We about to make this. Don't forsake making moments. We get in our, automation space of being grown-ups, but don't stop. Don't ever forget to like still be like, hey, let me go off script and make a moment, make these memories, because that's all you got when she was at the end of her life. That's all she really had is those memories and the things, and So, what was you gonna say, man?
I found her, and she is super well known, especially in the nostalgic spaces, but maybe not us, but like the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Molly Ringwald.
Okay, I remember that name.
Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club.
16. Oh, wait a minute. Breakfast Club. Molly Ringwald.
Famous red hair.
Yeah. Okay. See, she might have been the one. I do remember her. Like, she is good. She might have been the one. Like, but I don't know. I might be in my own when it comes to that. Like, most people are like, how you just say that about Julia Roberts? But it's like, I like Julia Roberts. It's something about her performance. It's like vulnerability. It's like, But yeah, that is our episode, man. So thank y'all for tuning in. Truly, y'all start sending in y'all movies now. Remember, mom focused centered movies or female led movie. So those are the things. I put them out on all the socials. That being said, the floor is mine. I had a different pick originally, and I was for the longest time sold on what I was going to do for it. But I thought about it. I even text y'all for a second, and we had a good conversation about that, from you two. And in the words of Drake, I got to get that nigga back. So I decided to go in a different direction. We did a movie a few episodes back called Baby Boy. And there is a quote in the movie Baby Boy that I think this person represents perfectly as the embodiment of that. The quote that his mom says on Baby Boy: "Mama gotta have a life too." So with that being said, we are going. Hold on, let me see the year of the movie. Sorry, the suspense is killing. All right. We are going with the 1998, back in the same year, movie Stella's Got a Groove Back.
Yes.
Yeah, so Stella got a groove back. Mommy got to have a life too. Yeah, obviously this is an interesting movie, and I already have so much to say just from the premise of what we know already. But y'all, so truly, y'all go check out this movie. That is our next movie. Stella got her groove back. Super nostalgic, super classic, big deal in our households. I'm excited about it, and I just had to go with it. I had another movie in mind, and then I had one original, but I was like, I just gotta. I just felt the pull. I was like, you know what, let's do it. So, y'all excited about that pick?
Yes, I'm shocked. It's like an Ashley pick. This is
definitely This is Ashley pick for sure.
I'm excited.
I did not even for a second think about this, so I'm pleasantly surprised, and more reasons than one.
Yeah, I know. I know. Hey, but look, hey, they service both, both sides of the field. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Hinge. But yeah, all right. Well, that's our episode, y'all. Man, we've been kicking it long enough. Y'all got to put your shoes on. You ain't got to go to bed, but you got to get the hell up out of here because we got to go. Thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to the Stoop Kids. Peace out.